Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our second lesson and in which we'll go through our LO2. LO2 is all about is understanding strategic sourcing, issue decision and technique in procurement. So all which will go through why we need to be outsourced and what sort of the issues we need to keep in mind. Those we need to be minimum impact on our overall objective, what we're supposed to be achieved as an organization. So always whenever we'll make a decision making is mean all selecting the best course of action from various alternatives. So we'll first recap what we learned during our last lesson. Anybody remember anything what we learned during our last lesson?
The difference between purchasing and procurement and the steps involved purchasing, steps involved in procurement.
Brilliant. And we discuss about centralized and decentralized, yes? Centralized procurement, decentralized procurement. We discuss, different advantages and disadvantages can be. Then we look one of the case study in case of Coke, Pepsi as well. We discussed it during last lesson. And we mentioned example of Nokia as well in our procurement discussion. And today we'll move forward and we'll go through this is our inductive content what we're supposed to be learn. And today lesson our LO2 which we'll go through and we'll learn about outsourcing. Why you think why we need to be outsourced?
We cannot produce everything or build a facility of everything in our own premises. So some things need to be outsourced because when we are making a finished good, each component would have its own complex manufacturing process, and one company cannot establish all of it. So
yes, you're absolutely right. Yes, we need to think about, of course, we have to outsource something. We are doing outsourcing. There are a number of reasons to outsource. So when we look around, most of the companies, they have a costing is one of the key reasons. Yes. Second, of course, we can't really reach every customer. We can expand our business. Yes. We want to reach more customer and we can outsource as well our supply chain, our logistic itself. And of course, we have to work as a partnership basis and different sourcing can be different arrangements. What are the disadvantages can be outsourced? Is there any disadvantages? What do you think?
Dependence on other companies. For example, if they don't meet their deadlines, our whole production process could be stopped. If they delay some material or the quality is not met, it could affect a company's reputation.
Yes, so whenever we think about performance, anything, we always look in time, in cost, and in quality. Yes. So we need to be look around through outsourcing. We can save time, we can save cost, our quality will be improved. But sometimes outsourcing quality can be a big issue. We can reduce time, we can reduce cost, but maybe the quality of service, quality of the goods, maybe we're not delivering the way we're supposed to be delivered. That's the big, that's where we really need to be focused. So evaluate the cost related issues relevant to sourcing decision making. What is meant by decision making? Why we make decisions?
Based on the data and based on the need of time.
Yes, decision making is important. We have to achieve our objective. We have to make some decisions, and decision making is all meant by selecting the best alternative, best option. Yes, best option. So always we looking the best option in terms of time, cost, and quality. Yes, always we looking option. So strategic sourcing being a part of procurement and nowadays not just as a focus on the cost saving, but also on the supporting the companies in realizing its long-term goals, long-term objectives, strategic objective. Really, we need to be focused. Has become a critical part of the strategic management. Is a focus on the company sourcing decision making. Is a paradigm shift. So strategic decision making from the tactical ways, thinking focus on the cost saving, toward a strategic way thinking focus on the value is identified. So we need to be look around what will be the value in the long run. In the real world environment, strategic sourcing is currently still mostly driven by the tactical ways on the cost saving. The paradigm is shift is we are looking to define the theories level is not clearly of the practitioner. So we have to do a bit research on it to look around. There are a lot of research happen on those areas. Sometimes the problem can be we as a company and other company is a culture. Cultures. What is meant by culture? Any definition of culture? Yes, Sana? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, your voice is a little bit distorted. I'm sorry, I missed the question.
What is meant by cultures?
The way things are being done in a company is its culture. Let's say the procedures and the policies set up by the company.
Yes. So culture means the norm, the value, the way we do the business. Yes. So the culture in Western companies and culture in our companies may be totally different. Yes. So we need to think about is it culturally match, when we'll do the outsourcing as well. So we're looking the outsourcing, the main task of management is include the top level, but as well as the middle and the low level employees to be involved. So we can betterly make the decision if we want to be outsourced something. Yes. So always we need to be look around trade off. What is meant by trade off? Do we know
The return of investment?
Yes, we need to look around the trade-off. We outsource what will get it. So what will get it should be more than, yes, benefit more than the cost. Sometime is like one of the company, they moved the call center in India few years back, and in the call center, the people steal the credit card and debit card details and being sold to the open market. That was in Panorama in BBC program. That's, we need to be look around the outsource. If the short run is a fine, they move the call center, the costing. Then even the GCSE exam being sent to mark there. And every country have a different marking standard as well. So we need to think about we just focus on the cost or what will be consequences of this. Due to this incident, the company shares value is dropped by 30%. So that's the trust of the clients is dropped as well. So we need to think about it's not outsourcing is just a matter of cost saving. It can be your trust, your culture, your value as the organization which you develop the company. So we need to be look around all these what consequences can be. So the benefit we need to look around, implement strategies following the strategic decision making process. We need to look around different steps we have to follow to make the decision will get more values of outsourcing, not, we can. So in the short run, in the long run, all we need to be look around. We need to involve the procurement officers or employ those involved in the procurement, and we need to make a collective decision. So we're not really going to lose anything. Okay, next when we looking making decision of procurement, we looking the perspective. So focus on the discovering possibilities, learning. Sometimes the new product, service or capabilities we can outsource as well. We need to look around the relationship side, selecting the right supplier, evaluating their strategic and performance dimension for the short term and the long term partnership. We just want to give them one product outsource or we want to give them every product outsource. So we need to think about new customer to create more value and innovation. And planning, we need to identify and inline sourcing goals in order to realize long-term strategic goals. We need to be look around the performance in the cost saving and value creation. So decision in the four perspective are categorized by each being made by the specific sourcing decisions. So listed above, strategic sourcing decision making, learning oriented sourcing decision are make or buy and choose the right source alternative. There are made strategic source management and capability of sourcing in a list. Relation-oriented sourcing decisions are made by the contract manager and the chief procurement officer, and the planning prospective decisions are executed by the chief strategies officer and the purchasing managers. So the performance perspective is led by the product managers and the category managers, who can be brand managers well known. So all this we need to look around to be improve. Otherwise we need to always think about the cost. Do we know the opportunity cost? Hello?
Positive cost from some a place where a company can get.
Opportunity cost mean if I'm going outsource, maybe I'm missing one opportunity. Yes, like you're doing this course at the moment, you're spending 1 hour, but you're missing 1 hour. If you work 1 hour, you can earn the money, but your 1 hour return should be more than the 1 hour you're missing. Yes, sacrificing one thing for other thing. Yes.
Yes.
So that's called opportunity cost. We always think about the fixed cost as well when we outsource, what effect will be on our fixed cost. If we have a still factory, fixed cost not going to be, and still we have to pay. We always look, outsource cost. Yes. Variable cost, the cost can be changed. So we need to think about what effect will be on the variable cost. Variable cost means the cost will change with the level of output. Yes. If we outsource per unit, what will be effect on? Do we know what is meant by semi-variable cost?
No idea.
Semi-variable cost is mean fixed and variable cost together. Both fixed. Like if we have a telephone, a line phone in our house, so line rental can be fixed and the call charges can be variable. Yes. So we'll say, okay, you have a contract with us as an outsource, you must pay £5,000 every year. Yes. Then every contract will charge you some. Yes. Every delivery will charge you. That's called variable. So fixed and variable together is called semi-variable. Okay. Do we know about relevant cost?
Which I don't know. I can take a guess that it adds value to the product. It's valuable for the customer.
We can look around. Relevant cost mean we outsource it. We need to think about what effect will be on the cost. It will be any additional cost. That will be additional cost will be relevant to this decision which we are going to make. Yes. Like we have still our warehouse. Yes. But we are saying to somebody, you deliver directly to customer. Yes. So when they deliver directly to customer, we're saying we'll pay you every delivery £3 or £2 per delivery or £20 per delivery, whatever. Huh? So we need to, that £20 additional cost is relevant to my decision which I'm making now. Yes. Relevant cost means the additional cost which will be happen due to outsourcing. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Any additional cost. Irrelevant mean is meant by either you make a decision or not, there no effect on the cost which we already incurred. Yes. So like a fixed cost will stay fixed. Yes. So either you make is irrelevant to my decision. Either I'll do outsource or not. No effect will be on the cost. Yes. This is irrelevant cost to my decision. Any question?
Not yet. Not yet.
So when we'll make decision, always we look these all, this costing side. We always look the time, performance, and we make the decision. That was our assessment criteria 2.1. Next, we look in 2.2, compare different sourcing alternative. Yes, alternative and its application to different businesses. Different businesses have a different applications. So last lesson as well, we discuss about different models. We discuss about purchasing analysis or the purchasing portfolio analysis. Here we're looking the approach advised to examine the supply market complexity, how complex these are, and the importance of purchasing item, how important. Four sourcing strategies are proposed depending on the previous examination: strategic, leverage, bottleneck, and non-critical. Yes, strategic level, what leverage will be, what will cost and benefit, what is the benchmark, and why is it critical. Yes, are non-critical factors we need to keep in mind. Then second, we discuss about power analysis. This is approach advised to examine the supplier power and the buyer power, which I mentioned you Porter 5 forces as well. Yes, where we can when we outsource. So the main focus here analysis between the buyer and all the potential supplier within the supply market. Four sourcing strategies are proposed depending on the previous examination. We can look around the alliance we can make. We can look around dependency, supplier dominance, yes, and we can look around the leverage buyer dominance, and we can look around the market independency. We need to think about few months back in UK, Unilever, which is a huge supplier, big supplier. So Tesco said, Unilever said they are going to increase the prices. Tesco, one of the supermarkets, they said no, they not agree with the price increase. Then they said they're not going to sell the product on their shelf. Then the Unilever said no problem, if you don't want to sell our product, we can not going to provide you supply as well. So then they said, come on, if you don't keep our product, you're not going to get the customer because you're a supermarket, you're selling the product of various supplier. Then they compromise it, and then the Unilever increase the price a bit, and the Tesco accept it. Yes, so Unilever dominance is more than the Tesco, which is one of the supermarket in the UK, which is a biggest in supermarket in UK. So we need to think about what is, yes, because it's the buyer dependencies as well. Yes, how much is dominant we are. Then next is a purchasing board, which we normally use. This purchasing chessboard, we can look around based upon the previous analysis, use all four power position metrics, which we discussed in the previous lesson as well. This approach advised to examine the demand power and the supply power. Do we know the law of demand and supply? We study in economics, maybe. Do we know the demand and supply law?
Sorry, I can't hear you. It's a bit distorted.
I'm saying, are we well aware of law of demand and supply? Do we know law of demand and supply?
Yes.
Yes.
The curve between demand and supply.
Yes. So when demand increase, what will be happen on the price? Price increase. Yes.
Yes.
When supply increase, demand can be dropped. Yes.
Yes.
When supply increase, the price can be dropped as well. Yes.
Yes.
So we need to look around the same four sourcing strategies which we proposed in the previous: strategic, leverage, bottleneck, and non-critical, each within these methods. So next we're looking one of the case study I picked from the book, which is the book is already on Moodle. Yes. So sourcing, managing risk. Yes. and the cost of the outsourcing. China, if you outsource China, is there any risk now?
Yes, because of the coronavirus, even in my company, our tomato shipment is at customs, and it is not cleared yet because of the risk of coronavirus.
That's a huge. So if the American companies outsource from China, it can be some risk involved as well. We can say no problem. Microsoft CDs, we can say to them, let's you produce it. Is it they are going to make the CDs? Will give them 1 million outsource contract. Yes, they're not going to make 1 million. They may be manufactured 10 million. Yes,
Yes.
but we gave them the right of 1 million to do so. Yes, we work it, we generate it, but actually it can be goes in the market. Yes, but even if we don't do it, maybe still they can copy or somewhere can be information can be leaked. Yes.
Okay.
So we need to think about there can be lot of cost involved. So we need to make a clear decision that the consequences do or don't. Yes. So always the British companies and other companies. One other, have we learned about social accounting? Have we ever heard about social accounting?
Mostly.
We never heard social accounting. So if we everything we outsource, yes, we'll say China will make pens and pencil. China will make the tables. We'll buy from China everything, yes. So what will happen in our country?
The domestic economy would go down. Domestic industrial economy.
Yes.
Because
So
we won't
because the
have everything.
people won't get the jobs, yes.
Yes.
And when the people don't get the jobs, ultimately will be unemployment in the country, yes. Unemployment will be crime rates, yes.
Yes.
And if more criminal will be in the country due to the lack of the job opportunities, and ultimately what will be happen as a country will be disturbed, security and various other issues. So all this can be, so we need to look around the decision we are making, just the cost saving, what will be social accounting as a society, what we're going to lose. We can buy the table very cheap from China, but why lot of furniture factories in UK as well? Because if everything will buy it ultimately, yes, can be huge, impact on the employment. Other we looking, have we learned about triple bottom line concept?
No.
Okay, we call triple bottom.
Planet, people, and
Yes,
profit.
brilliant,
That.
brilliant. Yes, it's called 3 Ps: people, profit, yes, and planet, yes. So we need to think about what will be happen with our people, with our profit, with our planet, yes. So this is good for we discuss about sustainability, yes. Sustainable, yes. We will do business, we want profit, we want to keep people happy, and we always caring about the planet as well. So thus we need to always look around. Then other, when we outsource something as well, so IT can play a huge role, yes. So this is one of the case, in the supply chain shown. ABC manufacturing must be responsible to its customer, direct supplier and direct supplier to ABC manufacturing, and indirect supplier 1 must be responsive to the direct supplier. So we need to think about, yes, how we can structure our supply. E-business capability, we need to be is a present all the member of the supply chain management to chain is becoming more feasible. Yes, selling, delivering and ordering and design manufacturing can be linked electronically permit. Yes, permitting. So we need to be look around that will be cost saving, time saving, faster innovations, better marketing and better qualities. Does it make sense? Yes.
Yes.
So we can link with the direct, indirect suppliers. Yes, with all the design and our other. Have we learned about push and pull supply chain?
Yes.
What is meant by push and pull? What is the key difference?
Pushing is basically when a demand drives the process. Pulling is when demand drives the process, and pushing is basically long-term projection of the customer demand.
Yes, you're right. One is a push, like advertising, yes, is a push and pull, yes. We
Yes.
can look around, although the customer are sourcing of the profit, they are at the end of the chain is a push model, yes. The driven by e-commerce capabilities empower the client. Many companies are moving traditional push business model. Advertising, come on, is the last chance to buy it, yes. We are 70% off. You pushing customer to buy your product, yes.
Yes.
But now we are pulling them instead of pushing them. We have a uniqueness, yes, where the manufacturer, supplier, distributor and marketer more power to the customer driven. We put the customer in the middle, every decision we'll make, yes. We put ourselves in the customer shoes, we'll see in the customer eyes. We pricing according to the customer purchasing power, yes. They automatically pull to buy the things, yes, instead of push them, yes, to buy it. You can do push selling and you can pull selling, yes. You pushing, come on, is the last chance. If you don't do contract with us, yes, or we can provide the services, we can pick from their place, we can deliver to the customer, we can confirm it, they can each stage, they can track as well, yes. That's the pull. They will come to us, we not push them. So any question there?
No, yeah.
So that's more is electronic is really more is focusing. Then we decision making for sourcing decision categories covering, we can look around the four perspective: strategic sourcing decision in a learning, relationship, planning and performance. In each decision category or sourcing decisions are defined by a specific question and their sourcing metrics. The decision categories are the same both models. We can look around the metrics and we can look around different models each, but we always looking the learning, relationship, planning and performance perspective. So 5 procurement activities we have: purchasing, yes, consumption management, vendor selection, contract negotiation and the contract management. Any question on these?
No.
So we need to always think about market and required performance. Mature can be the customer service, mature market, internal efficiency and demand flexibility. Steady customer service, internal efficiency. Developing, where we can look around supply and demand, how they pull. Developing customer service and product development. And growth is more towards, yes, is a high demand there, but the customer service, yes, less can be supplied, but the customer service we need to be really focused to improve overall performance. For the growth purposes we need to be really focused on the customer service. So that's all was 2.2. Any question there?
No.
Okay, next we're looking the behavior side. Behavior factor the impact on the sourcing and dealing with the customer. Behavior, customer behavior, yes. What is meant by behavior? How behaviors change? Is it behavior always change due to price?
No, there are other factors like quality and availability.
Yes. Quality, availability, location, yes. Because different behaviors in the different locations. So we need to think about. So uh, we can look around maybe behavior pricing, yes, models. What do you think if we'll charge 7.99? Is there any difference? Can we charge the price 7.99? Why not £8?
Because it's a mindset of people that it is in the range of 7. We deal with these things in our company as well. Like when a product is 299 rupees, it's selling, but when we shift it to 300 or 305, then it suddenly hits a downward trend. So it's basically the mindset of people.
Yes, it's a psychological pricing, yes.
Yes,
So people saying I'm paying 7.99 even when they're not getting a penny back, yes.
yes,
So we need to think about, yes, sometime maybe we reduce the weight and we charge the price, yes.
mm,
The people say, oh, still is a pack of this, yes, but maybe the weight inside is a different. So we can look around when we looking the total landed cost. Most the people focus mainly on the lower unit cost. We look the product quality. We look the logistic capability, yes.
mm.
Logistic capability. What is meant by logistic capability?
To the ability to make this product reach on time before other competitors.
Brilliant. So if I'll say capabilities, yes, and competencies, yes. Is there any difference?
Capability is something which a company or can do, and competence is when you are actually good at it.
Brilliant. So capability or ability to do, if you pass your driving test, you're able to drive, but maybe you can make mistake. Yes. That's why
Yes,
few months you have to be put the plate as a newly passed driver. So other road user well aware of that, we are not competent, we are capable. So
yes,
that's why the company looking experience, they want degree and experience. Yes.
yes,
So capability and competency both. So location is very important. Yes, we saying we'll give you in Karachi maybe different price and then other areas. Trade regulations we need to look around. Yes, different regulations that can be impact on the behavior. Responsiveness of supplier and the global sourcing agent and communication and IT capabilities. Yes, so all this impact our supply. Then we have different supply chain management is applied to the companies across global due to the demonstrating result of delivery time reduction. We need to improve the financial performance, greater customer satisfaction, building trust among suppliers. That's a trust is very important. Trust building. So that's a huge thing. Yes, we can consider their business will grow them. They will grow us. Yes, and we have a trust between it. This is an example of one of chip mills and paper mills and the paper manufacturers and the retailers. Yes, how they see and how we can do the logistic and procurement with them. Supply chain management. We can look around next supply chain drivers which drive the supply chain: production, transportation, inventory, and location. That's all, and these all impact on the behavior of the customer as well. Yes, if we don't do information is very important. So information is a knowledge really need to be provided to clients. Five supply chain drivers that drives productions: inventories, we need to location, transportation, and information. Any question in those areas?
no, we've actually discussed this in Unit 1 as well. This was there.
Yes, it's quite similar, the things we are discussing. Responsive versus efficiency, yes. Excess capacity, flexibility manufacturing, yes, many smaller plants we have efficiency, no excess capacity, narrow product focus, few large plants, yes. All we need to look around efficiency. So we discuss even three E's as well in one of lesson, yes. Efficiency, effectiveness, yes, and economy. So we need to be look around the responsiveness, we need to look around the efficiencies and to deal with the behavior of the client. Performance measures. So we always look around in terms of build the stock, customer service, and build to order. Internal efficiency, demand flexibility, and product development. What is meant by product development?
When we are whenever a new product is launched, it's development, what materials to put in, what suppliers to be chosen, which plant should it be operated in, all these processes.
Excellent. So old supply chain versus new. New is more the customer focus, yes, is an integration, but old one is wasn't integrated one. Always producer, distributor, retailer, customer, and service provider. All this is we need to be well managed, and all this impact on the behavior of the clients and the customer. We need always a coordinated activities. Then we're looking according to, do we know Adam Smith? Maybe we heard about one of the great economists that's more discuss about the behavior side. So he's saying now invisible hands of the market set the prices, so the best balance supply and demand for the product. So we need to be balanced supply and demand. Yes. If too much is there is a high demand but no supply, what will be happen? The prices will go up. Yes.
Yeah.
But the customer trust can be break. Yes. There is a no things. So we need to be look around the supply side as well. We need a key balance. If there's a too much supply, the price that forces will be elasticity of demand and supply. We need to think about the market which we are in. Many local transactions between the large number of players governed by the games mechanics and the feedback system produce larger effect in the imaging. We can look around the behavior. Whole is a greater than the sum of the parts. So we need to look around the supply chain management, come to practice as a game. Then the goods player in the supply chain serving different market will seek each other out to play together. Yes, supply chain become as a team sport. Yes, is a team. Oh, you manufacturing, yes. We are selling it. We need to be work as a team, yes. If we don't, like a small farmer, if don't get the money right time, so what will be happen? They're not going to grow the crops next year, yes. So ultimately, what will be happen? There won't be supply. The demand will go up. Ultimately, pressure will be maybe even the mill owner can't produce it, can't deliver it. There are the number of reasons behind. So economy would be driven by the competing supply chain teams rather than the individual competing companies. Yes. Efficiencies we need to look around, automate, and we need activities, repetitive activities that will also help to reduce the cost. Use people to do creative problem solving work. Repeat, yes, creative. So we need to think about how we can reduce the time. Yes, ultimately reducing the time, reducing the most of the companies they have a warehouse near to the motorways. Yes, that's easy procurement. If you're going at the middle of the country, so that can easily be that will help to reduce the cost. We can look around economic cycles. Yes, different economic cycles. Is a maturity, is a growth, is which stage of economy we are. Boom to boost cycle in dot-com bubbles or the real estates in 2008 is a credit crunch happened in the UK and various other markets. So all these are the impacts on the behavior of the client. So we need to be look around, and as a supply chain we need to be managed. I copied the quiz for you. It's quite similar, which we've done in the past. Yes. Any question, Sana?
No.
Okay, I copied the links for you. Yes. So please, it's quite good, especially this link, the last one. Yes. If you click there and you want to little bit about supply chain, and yes, it's quite good book to read. Please online as well. This is all about supply chain management we discuss, and the e-procurement we discuss in the past. Yes, but all these are we managed for the sake of behavior and the supply chain management. Yes, to reduce the risk. Outsourcing, when we'll outsource, because our key learning outcome today is the outsource. Yes, when we outsource, we have to assess the risk. We need to involve all the stakeholders, and we need to make sure we can maximize our return and minimize our cost, and we work as a team. So that's all. Today, do we know the B2C? What is the B2C?
Business to customer.
Yes, we can do. And B2B?
Business to business.
Yes. So when we manage it, we need to be look around business to customer and business, that's business to business. So our procurement outsource can be business to business and business to customer. Yes, in between, we can outsource as well. Yes, lot of agencies, local brokers and things as well. So in the next lesson, we'll go through our LO3, and then we'll discuss assignment as well. Any question? If you have any question, please. And in between, if you don't mind to read, is a chapter on outsource. Yes, we have inside the books. So if you have you seen the book online?
No, I didn't click on it. I've just seen when you showed it. I will see it, however.
So if we look here, Purchasing and Supply Chain Management, 4th edition, is quite good book. So what you need to do, if you click here, press always Control F and just type, outsource. Yes.
Alright.
So there are the case studies as well. I picked the case study if you want to be read full. Yes. Outsourcing. So if you click there, there are a lot of things. You've been given the cases, and you will see there the outsourcing. Yes, we've been given developing new relationship when we do outsource. Yes, supply continuity, we need to make sure when we do outsource is the finished goods are what we doing outsourcing. Yes, ensuring the quality requirement. Yes, when we outsource, and the various companies example. Insourcing and outsourcing, purchasing often analyze whether the new or existing purchase requirement should be internally or externally outsourced. Yes. So it's quite good, please, to read. So just type it and just go through skim reading. That also help you. Any question?
No, thank you.
Okay, we'll keep up to here, and the next lesson we'll go through our LO3. And if in the meanwhile, if you have any question, please drop me email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Have a nice weekend. Thank you. Bye bye.